Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've not been here before, I'm Naomi, and today we're going to be doing a yoga demo. So we're not doing a full class today, we're just going to be breaking down one of our yoga asanas, one of our yoga poses. Today we're going to be looking at our crow pose. It's an arm balance. It's the easiest arm balance that there is, so don't be put off by the fact it's an arm balance. It's a nice entry-level arm balance. And it's all about the confidence. If you go into it believing, yes, I've got this, I can do this, it's much more likely to happen. It might take a little while, it might take some practice and some patience and a whole lot of confidence, but I promise you in time you will master your crow pose. So today I'm just going to be giving you a couple of tips, a couple of pointers to get you on your way and get you into your arm balance. Just make sure that you've done a couple of sun salutations to warm up. So just make sure that the body's nice and limber and all ready to go. And make sure afterwards as well that you do a couple of poses to cool down and take a good long child's pose to just allow the body to cool back down before you get on with the rest of your day. So we'll begin. Feel free to pause the video and come back in whenever you want. It's your own little demo, so just use it how you want. Or you can just practice along in real time with me if you want. So there's a couple of things with our crow pose. There's three main things that we need to think about. So I'm just going to talk you through them one by one. The first one is our base. We need to set up our base. So we want to spread those fingers as wide as we can. The wider you spread the fingers, the better your base is going to be. So the middle finger points forwards. The fingers are spread nice and wide. The hands are just a tiny bit wider than shoulder width. And you find that nice, strong, sturdy base. The second pointer is that we want to try and get the knees high up on the arms. Tendency is that we kind of hang out with the knees quite low on the arms, and that means we don't have very far to slip. Whereas if we bring the knees right up, and we slowly begin to slip because it gets hard work, we've got a lot further before we come down. So try to keep those knees nice and high if you can. And then the third main point is keep your gaze way forward. If you look under the feet, if you look towards the back of the room, you're going to go for a forward roll. You're going to go straight down and come onto your mat. So keep the gaze as far forward as you can. So we'll have a little go. We'll have a little play. Remember, it's not about getting the perfect pose today. It's just about trying it out and seeing how your body works within your crow pose. So not getting too attached to becoming into the final pose, just having that little play. Spread the fingers, find that nice, strong, sturdy base. Bring the feet close-ish to the wrists and lift onto the tiptoes so that you can lift the hips high. And then bring the insides of the knees to the outsides of the arms and squeeze in. Then from here, maybe you lift one toe. Maybe you lift the other foot. And you just alternate, tapping the toes down to the mat. And as you do that, maybe you feel that strength building in those inner thighs. That might be enough for you today. That might be enough to work with for a little while to build up the strength, to build up the confidence. If you want to come into your full crow pose, then you can spread those hands nice and wide, connect the palms and the fingertips to the mat, lift the hips high, take the insides of the knees to the outsides of the arms, gaze way forward, lift one foot, squeeze the inner thighs, lift the other foot. And so here we're gazing forward. The feet are off the mat, we're in our crow pose. The inner thighs are engaged. The arms are almost squeezing out as the knees squeeze in, so to keep that connection nice and strong. And you're finding a lightness through the body by zipping the core in. When you want to come out, just send the hips backwards a little bit, untuck the toes and bring the bottom of the feet to the mat. And that's your crow pose. Just take your time, build up to it. Just try maybe lifting one toe, lifting a little higher, have a little play. If you're worried about falling forward, grab a pillow or a cushion and chuck it down on your mat in front of you. It gives you that little bit of confidence. And remember, go into it with belief. Go into it with that strong commitment that you can do it. And I promise you it will happen. Maybe not today, but it will happen for you at some point. If you're happy with that crow pose, and that seems okay, that's easy in your practice, then you can come to the next level, the slightly more challenging version of your crow pose. So for that one, instead of taking the insides of the knees to the outsides of the arms, we bring the tops of the knees into the triceps. So we have a lot less squeezing in with the thighs. We still squeeze in, but it's not the connection that's holding us up. We're holding up with balance and strength alone. So it makes it a little bit trickier. But we're going to go through it, and if you want to join me, then feel free. So we set up the base the same way. All three of our principles, knees high, strong base, and gaze forward stay the same. So spread those hands, find your base. Lift up the hips nice and high. Rise onto the tiptoes. Gaze way forward. And then from here, maybe you lift one foot. Maybe you lift the other. Squeezing the whole of the midsection in and gazing forward. Finding balance and strength through the arms, coming into your crow pose. And just holding for as long as you wish. And popping out the same way, send the weight back into the hips and come down with the feet. And that's your crow pose with the slightly trickier variation. So if you're happy, have a little practice, have a little play. You can always come back, replay the video, really get to grips with all of those key pointers. But most importantly, remember that confidence, remember that belief that you can do it. I wish you the best of luck with your crow poses. Let me know in the comments how it all goes. And I hope to see you again soon.